Hey, I'm back again. This is for my singles. This is for my all the single ladies. And listen, I need to share some very, very good information with you guys. All of my singles. When I say good information, I'm saying something that can help you. This is me coming back on again, trying to share with you some more information. I was going to wait until after I got back, but I didn't know how late I was going to get back, so I wanted to go ahead and do it now. I need you to share this. Push share to all your single friends. Well, put it on your page. Share this. I want them to hear this. This is Don't Settle. This is for my singles. I'm trying to give you some enlightenment from the male perspective. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes. Good to have y'all coming on. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. Oh, anyway, that's my silly side. Push share. Get your friends on. Seriously. Tap the screen. Push share. I need you to get all your friends on here. Single ladies. This is some good information. I promise you. It's going to be something that will bless your life. All the single ladies. Oh. Okay, anyway. Let me stop. Anyway, seriously, I'm waiting for you guys to come on. I really need you to share this. It's for all my single ladies. Is it you or is it the sex? I know some of y'all ain't having sex, so that's just the real side of me. I like to keep it raw, relevant, and real. That's what I do. I keep it raw, relevant, and real. Is it you or the sex? Listen, share this before I even get started. I'm going to get started in a second because I got to go in a few minutes. I'll take about 15 minutes and talk to y'all, though. All the single ladies, brothers too, because I want y'all to hear how we're going to make some changes. When I say we, I'm saying the male species, so that we can start treating these ladies like queens, like they're supposed to be treated. All right, good people, I'm getting ready to get started on a serious note. Thank y'all so much for coming on tonight, this evening. I said I was going to come back from the one I did this morning, earlier this afternoon, because I didn't really get a chance to go into as much as I wanted to, because I actually had someone that was coming to pick me up. And so I want to go ahead and get started. The actual title, again, is called Don't Settle. And I actually had a question on there. Is it you or is it the sex? Because I really want you to understand from a man perspective how we really think. I was actually reading a book some time ago. And I want to say this to the ladies. I want you to hear me on this. If you are one who easily falls in love, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to find a man that will honor you, cherish you, respect you. Now, what I mean by that, this is an acronym that I read years ago, and it has not escaped me yet. Watch this. If you fall in love easily, LOVE, if your legs open very easily, you've already diminished your chances of having a man be serious with you. I'm going to say that again. If you fall in love easy, meaning you open your legs open very easily, LOVE. If your legs open very easily, trust me, you've already diminished your chances of having a serious relationship with that person that you think is going to be there for you. Because what ends up happening is that sometimes, ladies, you guys think that if you give him the sex, that's going to connect him to you. That's going to make him come around you more often. And you know what? You might be right, but it's going to only be for that reason and that reason only. And even if it's something that continues for a long time, your relationship will not have much substance at all. So again, if you fall in love, legs open very easily, you've already diluted your chances of having a serious relationship with that man. Now, let me tell you why I say that. As a man, the way we think when that happens, we think that you just want to have fun. We think that, oh yeah, okay, we're going to kick it. But for you, because you become emotionally attached, you think that that's something that's going to make him stick with you, that's going to make him come around. And as I said a second ago, it will make him come around more often. And especially if it's something that he considers good sex, because he'll keep coming back, keep whining and dining you, coming back because that's the mindset of the man. Again, my job with the enlightenment specialist with my relationship movement, I like to enlighten you with the truth. The truth is, a man's thinking is totally different from yours when it comes to that. Don't ever think for 1 second that opening your legs very easily is going to make him stick with you. Again, good sex will make him come back, keep coming back, but it's not going to make him commit to you. And even if he does commit to you, I can just about assure you, if that's the main focus, your relationship is not going to have much substance outside of that because you've allowed that to become the initial focal point of hoping that that will be something that sticks with him. And so listen to me. I'm saying this again. Love, L-O-V-E, if you fall in love easily, if your legs open very easily, you've already diminished your chance. I think I said that enough, but hopefully drive that point home enough, and I hope you're not getting offended because this is truth. I'm saying this from a man perspective. I've been one a long time, and I'm saying to you, that does not keep us. That does not keep us attached. We have to have more substance than that. I need you to hear me now, because I would not get on here and tell you something that I did not know for myself, because, again, I want to make sure that we have healthy relationships. And I know the brothers probably going to think that I'm crazy to be talking this kind of stuff, but I have to keep it real, raw, and relevant. That's just who I am. That's just the way I like to keep it, because we got to help our sisters to understand that they're worth more than just a quickie or a booty call or whatever you want to call it. We've got to start generating some conversations, some healthy conversation between men and women to help all of us to understand that we have queens that need to be treated as such, and continuing this cycle of poor management of our sisters is not going to help us at all. So I've got to be the one, and I know there's others who are doing the same thing, but I got to be one to be honest with you, that again, you don't want to get to the place where you become victim, ladies, become victim to the same type of behavior over and over again. Now, let me just get you ladies to ask yourself a question. For you ladies who actually fell in love easy, whose legs opened very easily, how long did he stay? How long did he stick around? You can just look back through your relationships and you'll discover, you know what, he's right. Why didn't they stay? Because there was nothing else to hold them there besides that. And after a while, that gets old for a man, and it's time for him to move on to something that he may consider to be more exciting or something different, because it's just the way it is. I hope that y'all are listening to me. I hope that y'all are paying attention to me, because I promise you, I'm telling you straight facts from a man's perspective, speaking specifically to our African-American sisters and other cultures, but specifically ours, because I understand how we think. And I am simply just trying to do my part to make sure that you ladies understand that that does not keep us attached to you. It won't. I promise you it won't. The only thing you'll do is have regrets after regrets. And as a matter of fact, you run into one of them crazies and you don't realize that because you became emotionally attached and soul tied with them, you'll discover that you'll start acting kind of crazy yourself and try to figure out why. It's because you have a part of that person is inside of you. A part of that person became attached to you. And so you'll be wondering why your children acting crazy, why you are acting a little different. It's because you've attached yourself to somebody who just was not supposed to be a part of your life. I promise you, I'm telling y'all straight facts. I've even watched a young lady whose kids are little, I don't want to say bipolar, but have some tendencies at a young age. And it's because their daddy was like that. Listen to me. That stuff transfers. It transfers. Y'all hit that screen if I'm telling the truth now. I promise you that stuff transfers. You'll be trying to figure out, man, why am I acting like this? It's because a part of that person has become a part of you. And I'm saying that because I'm trying to help us. I'm not here to try to dog anybody out, try to talk to women in a bad way. I'm just trying to help you to understand that we definitely think differently than what you think. You think attachment, we think good pleasure. I'll say it again. You think attachment. Oh, yeah. But we think we're going to keep going back. As long as it's good, we're going to keep coming back. We'll take you out to eat, take you to the movies. As a matter of fact, have you ever thought about how a man can just sort of talk to you any kind of way, and then you have a rough day with him, and then at the end of the night he's rubbing your back, and you're saying to yourself, I know good and well he ain't thinking I'm going to do something the way he talked to me today. And you thinking to the man, how can he even think like that? It's because we think physical, you think emotional. The attachment is totally different. That's why you can have as a matter of fact, even married people, you can be married and have a real bad day with your husband. He's acting a fool, and then at the end of the night, he wants to know, can he do something? And you're saying to yourself, man, you got to be crazy. Again, it's because it's purely physical in most instances. I'm not going to say in all. In most instances, it's purely physical with a man, but with a woman, it's an emotional attachment. Now, let me jump to something else because I want you to really fully understand how important it is. On a serious note, ladies, all the single ladies, I'll let you listen to me, how important it is to understand the value of waiting, the value of waiting. I would not be sharing this with you if I did not have enough concern and care for you to share this with you. Listen to me good. The value of waiting, the value of waiting. Believe me when I tell you, it's not worth the hassle of continuously going through that same cycle of having sexual relationships with this man that comes along in your life, this man that comes along in your life. It's more important for you now to get to the point where you take some me time. Take some me time. Get to the place where you start to wean yourself, if you're involved sexually, wean yourself from that behavior, wean yourself from that mindset. Try to find a way to stay busy, read a book, go explore some other activities or whatever you want to call it, but get to the place where you try to stay at least a little bit more busy to try to get that out of your mind, because I promise you, it's not worth the time. It's not worth the aggravation. It's not worth the hassle, because if a man does not see the value in you, you'll just continue to go through that same cycle. And I said this last week, the other week when I was on, I want you to hear me on this. Have you ever noticed that when in Genesis chapter 2, when God brings to Adam his significant other Eve, that Adam names her. He names her. In other words, he said, this is my wife. This is now bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. He names her. Now, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. You have to understand that a man truly, honestly knows who is wife material. Who is wife material? A man knows who wife material is. Adam named her wife. I'm saying that to say this to you. Stop naming your man. Stop calling him boyfriend. Stop calling him my boo, my bae. Let him name you. And if he's not naming you, it's a sign that he's not that into you. I might have said that the other week, but I had to say it again. If you have to name him and he does not name you, is something wrong with that picture. Let me say something else. Young ladies, I know a lot of times brothers say, well, I'm not into social media. I understand all that. And a lot of times they're not on social media because they don't want the other sisters to know what's going on with them. And I see a lot of times sisters always have pictures of him on their page, but he has nothing on there of you. That's a sign. Listen to me. It is a sign. And I'm not saying again all, but I'm saying if he cannot name you and listen, and he does not have a problem naming you and does not have a problem showing the world that he wants to name you, all right, you get the picture. What I'm simply saying to you is when a man is truly into you, he does not have a problem letting anybody know, letting the world know that that's my significant other. And listen, don't let him name you because of good sex. Hello. Don't let him name you because of good sex. Let him name you because of the substance of the hopefully some substance in you. Let him name you because of the intellectual stability. Let him name you because of the other values of you and not just that. That's why I asked the question, is it you or is it the sex? So ask yourself a question. Ask yourself a question. This question just hit me. If you guys stopped having sex, and I'm talking to my singles who are having sex, what's left? If you stopped having sex, what kind of conversations would you have? If you stopped having sex, what would you guys be doing? And if you can't answer that honestly, ladies, trust me, you have nothing. You have nothing to stand on. And then not only that, for you ladies who have kids and who bring these different men around your kids, and hoping and praying that this is the one that's going to help you raise your child, stop bringing these men around your children until he names you. And then for you sisters who have parents, if you can't get him to go over to meet your family, because back in the day, now, and I didn't grow up in the South, I grew up in New York, but back in the day, you know, parents want to know, tell me who's some of your family members. They did that for a reason. They did that because they wanted to know whether or not you were dealing with somebody who had some schizophrenia in the family, or dealing with somebody who had a bunch of murderers in the family or abusers in the family. There was a reason for that. And I'm saying to you, can't take that lightly. I'm saying to you ladies, if you stop having sex, and I'm talking to my single but sinning ladies, if you stop having sex, what would there be? What would you talk about? What's left? And I promise you, if you can't answer it, it says that that's not the thing to be in. One of the questions that's always raised, and I want you to hear me on this, I got to go in a minute. One of the questions that's always raised is, how do you know if it's the right guy? He goes to church. Listen, I don't care if he goes to church. I don't care if he's in church every Sunday. The question is, how do I know if he's the right one? How do I know if it's of God? I always answer like this. If it's bringing you closer to God, it might be God. If it's bringing you further away from God, meaning got you doing stuff that you know is not godly, is not God. That's kind of simple, isn't it? If it's bringing you closer, it just might be God, because that's how God works. He's going to bring you, whatever relationship you're in, is going to bring you closer to him, not keep you home on Sundays, not keep you in a continuous sinning state. It's going to help you to come closer to God. It's going to bring you to a place of you knowing yourself better. The last thing I want to share with you is this right here, and this is so, so very important. You want to make sure that you find a man who's running after God. Listen to me. I promise you this. Find a man who's running after God, who's trying to make God a priority. At least your chances are going to be a whole lot better than just having somebody who wants to club, who wants to drink all the time, who wants to party. Listen, if a brother is running after God, those things are going to slowly dissipate, slowly be eradicated from his life if he's running after God. You know, I go to the gym quite a bit, and I'm always seeing these older brothers in the gym. I'm saying older, like in the 40s and 50s. Man, they working out, doing all this cussing and all this foul language. And I'm saying to myself, man, I would really like to know who his wife is or who his girlfriend is, and say to myself, how do you stick with a man who every other word that comes out of his mouth in a room full of people that he does not know is cussing? Ladies, listen to me. Ladies, listen to me. Listen to me, ladies. Listen to me. If you have a man in your life that all he does is cuss, drink, fuss, all that foolishness, trust me when I tell you, that is not the right kind of guy to be around. And I said it. I said that because it's a fact. If you got a man that and unless you just like that, then that's a whole different ballgame. But if you call yourself a queen and you got a man around you who's doing all that unnecessary cussing, and especially if you got kids and you allow that, that says that you really have no value of yourself at all. You really have a low value of yourself if you allow a man to come around you with all that type of foolishness. I'm saying, how does this brother in the gym, 40 years old, 50 years old, he don't even know half of the people who are around here just cussing like it's just normal. And that's what it is. And I'm saying to you ladies, listen to me. Don't settle for a brother like that. I mean, Lord Jesus, you can do bad by yourself. Find somebody who values you, who understands that life is more than just a party. Life is more than just having sex. Life is about finding God. Life is about finding a relationship with God and changing your life. If a brother still in his 40s and 50s still doing the same stuff he was doing in his 20s and 30s, and you want to date him, trust me, you have a poor appraisal of who you are. Single ladies, I'm closing with this. Listen. Oh, man, I pray that you hear what I'm saying. I'm saying to you, ladies, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. The question again is it you or is it the sex? Stop the sex and see what you have left. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Stop the sex. Just see what you have left. See what kind of conversations you have. See what else he brings to the table. And I'm telling you, man, listen to me. Good sex, okay. And if that's what you base a good relationship on, you're in for a rude awakening. If that's what you base a good, solid relationship on is good sex, you're in for a rude awakening. It's not worth it. Value yourself. As we say with the relationship movement, you are worth the investment. As a matter of fact, for those of you who are watching, those of you who are going to share this later on, I need you to go, Facebook, you're already on it, go to My Relationship Movement, My Relationship Movement. You'll see myself, Elisa, Lachelle, and Dr. T. One's the empowerment specialist, one's the equipment specialist, and I am the enlightenment specialist. Listen to me. My Relationship Movement is on Facebook. We got a lot of videos on there. If you go on my page, I have some other videos that I posted as it relates to relationships. You don't want to settle. You don't want to sell yourself short in this new year. Do something different. Albert Einstein says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Single ladies, haven't you learned by now? You got 2, 3 kids, 2, 3 different baby daddies. Haven't you learned by now that men, most of them anyway, are full of game? That's you ought to know that by now. Full of game. I'm trying to help you as a pastor, as an individual man who has played games. I'm real, raw, and relevant. I'm saying who played games. I'm saying the time is out for that. Be more concerned with yourself than to allow yourself to fall victim to the same old stuff over and over again. Listen to me. Share this video. I've got to go, and I'm hanging out this week with Pastor Arthur Jackson down here in Miami. Dr. R.A. Vernon, I'm on my way to catch them tonight again. I was there last night. It's been a phenomenal night last night. I know tonight is going to be just as awesome because Lady Victory is there. That's Dr. Vernon's wife, and they're going to be teaming up, dealing with married couples tonight. I like learning, and I like giving out information. Listen to me. I appreciate y'all coming on, but I need y'all to share this video. Go to My Relationship Movement. Now, when I get off of here, go to My Relationship Movement, like the page, share the page, send this to your single friends. I promise you this is information that can bless these single ladies so that they stop making the same old mistakes over and over again, year after year. It doesn't make sense. I'm here to enlighten you, to tell you how we think. Many other brothers will not do this. I'm saying I want to do it because I want to make sure that we are building better relationships in our community with our sisters in 2017 and beyond. I'm going to give a few shout outs and I'm going to go. Let's see. What's up, Colson? Sonia Mallory Peterson. Appreciate y'all coming on. Tessie Green. What's up, Miss Willie Dawkins, Tallahassee. Anyway, I appreciate y'all coming on. Y'all show some love. Hit that screen. Hit them likes and that love stuff so I can see if this is blessing your life. I'm just trying to make a difference. That's really all I'm trying to do. We had something scheduled for February 4th, but we had to change the date because of the storm that came through Albany. So we're looking at tentatively scheduling for February the 25th, I believe it is. That's the last Saturday in this month. So listen, we appreciate it. I'm the Enlightenment Specialist with My Relationship Movement. Go to that page, like it, share it. Go back on my page, look at some other videos that I have on here, and I promise you they will bless your life. I'm just trying to make a difference. That's my life journey. My life mission is to make a difference, and hopefully I'm making a difference with these single ladies. It's not worth it. Is it you or is it the sex? And I can assure you, if you stop having sex, you'll discover if it's really you. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. I love y'all.